Do you guys remember how was your Woxen interview like? Like what kind of questions were you asked, and did you feel that you were lost somewhere at any point?
Then the next thing I remember, they asked me that, okay, we are giving you a scenario. You wanted to start your own business.
Actually, I was so nervous about the interview, but they really supported me.
You would advise an earlier version of yourself ki before MBA you should have studied this and come.
Coming from a totally different background again, so I would recommend.
Hi everyone, welcome on board. This is Anisha here in conversation with Kratika, Harini and Sanmarg from Woxsen University. Today we are going to be talking to you about how to crack the MBA interviews, before you get into a Bschool, and let's hear it out from them. Kratika, why don't you first give us a brief introduction about you and your life before MBA?
Sure. So, hello everyone. I'm Kratika. I'm from Rajasthan, Jaipur. I did my bachelor's from Maharashtra, Pune, D.Y. Patil College. I was in biotechnology field, and then I came for MBA in the Woxsen University.
Lovely, interesting. How about you, Sanmarg and Harini? Where are you guys from?
So I am from West Bengal, and I have done my UG in English honors, BA English honors. So it has been a totally different life setting aside from Woxen. So yes, a totally different transition from BA English honors to again BA Business Analytics. So yeah,
That's amazing. We're going to talk more about that, because everyone says BA is only for engineers and tech. But let's talk about that. Yes, now Harini, how about you? What's your background?
Hello, everyone. I'm from Hyderabad. I was a CA student and I finished my graduation in BCom. So I have been in finance since my graduation. So I have joined in financial services at Woxsen University.
Okay, lovely. This is interesting. So I can see I have a biotech, BA English honors, and CA student out here. So this is going to be a very diverse set of questions you were asked in your interviews, not the conventional ones. So do you guys remember how was your Woxen interview like? Like what kind of questions were you asked, and did you feel that you were lost somewhere at any point?
So my Woxen interview was amazing because I prepared before the interview. I was confident that whatever I'm going to say, I'll be confident and clear about my goals. So as I was coming from biotech background to MBA, they asked me, the first question was about my personal introduction. I gave my introduction and I keep it clear, simple, telling about my education, highlighting my experiences and all. The second question which came was why MBA, and from biotech to MBA, why to switch? So I told them that I wanted to do my own startup in biotechnology. For that, I want to learn the skills which I required to start my own business, and MBA is the first step for that. Then the next thing I remember, they asked me that, okay, we are giving you a scenario. You wanted to start your own business.
Yeah.
So from where do you going to start? The very basic they wanted to know. So I told them for business starter, we need a place, we need people, and they said no, go to more basic, like what all things you require, place we understand, then what all costs you will require. So they wanted to know my basic knowledge regarding the business thing.
Okay, that's interesting. How about you, Harini?
My interview started with, of course, they asked about myself and my hobbies and all. After that, they asked about my graduation. So I was a CA student and a BCom graduate. So they asked subject-based questions like basic principles of accounting. And as a CA student, they asked about taxation, their tax labs and all, and general finance questions like RBI, RBI governor and the mechanism. So like that. And firstly, I was so nervous about the interview, but they really supported me, and they also supported me a lot.
Okay, that's good. Now quickly coming to Sanmarg, you spoke about BA English honors to coming to business analytics. That's genuinely amazing. Even I'm very surprised that how are you liking it?
So actually, the thing is that after I had done my 12th, I had pursued my 12th in arts. Like I had done my 12th in arts. Then I had two options. Either I could pursue computer science and applications, or I could pursue English honors. So both were subjects of my choice, very close to my heart. Those both subjects were very close to my heart. But again, I chose English literature at that time because I was deeply into that, and that's why I had proceeded with that. Again, post my graduation journey, I felt that English literature, building a career in English literature would take me a lot of time. That would be time consuming. And also that since computer applications was something which was very close to my heart, I explored my options, and I felt that MBA, doing a degree in MBA business administration combined with business analytics, which is the future, I believe, AI and business analytics. So I proceeded ahead with that. I always loved computer applications, and side by side, whilst my graduation journey also, I had always been keeping updated on recent developments in AI and business analytics. So that was totally a sector of my choice, and that's why I never felt aloof from this world, and that's why I had no problem transitioning into the world of business analytics.
Lovely. That's pretty interesting, to have that interest area. But tell me, guys, from the day you gave your interviews, you were asked these questions and you made it to Woxsen now. How has life been in the first year?
So till now, life has been amazing, but a bit hectic. And for me, it was like a typical task as I was from biotech background. So I involved myself more into MBA life. Like there are many clubs, activities, many things happening here. So I involve myself in everything, try to develop myself more. So it's an amazing experience for me till now.
Okay, lovely. That's interesting. Yes. Sanmarg, Harini.
Okay, so moving ahead, I remember on the first week of orientation, like we had 7 days of orientation before we started our MBA journey here. The 7 days of orientation was the best week of Woxen. Like I could count the days we were going to the sports complex. We have a sports complex here. We were going every day and making fun there. We were interacting with new people, meeting new guys. That was the best week one could have at Woxen. Proceeding next, moving ahead, then we had a hectic schedule, too hectic schedule. But again, I love to live with work, and so that has been totally been subsidized by me. Also, my first interview I remember at Woxen was being the CR of the class. So elections were held, not elections, as I would say, interviews were held for this being the CR of the class. I remember that was my first, not second, because the first interview had been before joining Woxen, and that was my second interview. And yeah, I remember those days. And also, Woxen life is full of enjoyment plus work. So it has been a upside down journey, but yes, I am loving it here at Woxen.
Lovely. How about you, Harini?
As Sanmarg told you about the orientation week, that was really amazing. I met many new people, and I also found many new friends. I started loving the campus life a lot. And of course, when it comes to academics, of course, the work is very hectic, classes, assignments, and all. But I could manage it very well.
Okay, interesting. Now, quickly tell me, you guys have been there in different subjects, different things that we are studying. What do you think was the biggest challenge? Which subject do you find difficult to cope, and you would advise an earlier version of yourself ki before MBA you should have studied this and come?
So for me, I think finance, because I'm not from the maths background. So finance in first semester was a bit typical for me. It took my whole energy during the exam times, during the classes to understand everything. But the best thing which the college is providing us, they were teaching us from the basics. But still, I would, to my older self, recommend that I should have studied a little bit regarding the maths things and the finance before coming to MBA.
True. Interesting. Yes. Anybody else?
For me, it's been business analytics, in the business analytics part. So in the business analytics domain, I was not aware that we also have business statistics, a subject named business stats. So coming from a totally different background again, so I would recommend my earlier self to a bit brush upon the business statistics part. Again, the statistics part is not the one we are usually taught in the class 10th or 12th. It has a lot to do with mean, median, mode and stuff. So yes, that subject had been a nightmare for me in my first sem. So yeah.
Okay, brilliant. That's interesting. Now, if you were to give advice to the students who are preparing for interviews, how do you think should they start preparation, or what other things must do, especially current affairs, news? What all did you go through in your prep days?
So the first thing I would say should be the confidence and clarity. When we are giving an interview, confidence is the one thing the interviewers see from us. They want from a student, that person who is saying something about themselves. They should be confident about themselves. And then later on, I did research regarding little bit regarding Woxsen, what all is happening inside the Woxsen, like the international exchange program which is happening in Woxsen. One of the amazing things, we get a huge opportunity interact with different types of culture, different types of people from different types of country. So yeah, I researched about that, and the basic thing they want us to be updated with the latest things going on in the world around us.
Okay, lovely, interesting. Any other piece of advice from you guys with respect to preparation?
They mostly asked about my subject. So it's better to know greatly about your graduation subject, each and everything.
Interesting.
And need not be worried. The interview was completely friendly, and that interview was like with a conversation with a friend.
Good, that's interesting. Yes, how about you, Sanmarg?
Adding on to them, as Harini said, that with the interview was more about your subject, like the domain you come from. You need to know completely about your subject. Like I was being asked the technicalities of my subject, metaphors, synonyms, homonyms. So I had been asked those because I had been from the English literature background. Again, knowing my subject well, I could ace the interview. And also they would test you about your confidence. They can see the confidence on your face. They will cross-check you, but need not to fear. Again, ace your subject and your confidence gracefully, and then crack the interviews. The interview is very, not easy, I would say, but again, it is friendly.
Okay, that's really nice. Great. Thank you so much, guys, for joining in today and sharing your inputs with the juniors. We'll definitely look at doing some more sessions with the students once they have converted the calls, and they'll be looking forward to join Woxsen University. Thank you so much and have a nice day ahead.